Good afternoon, everyone. Let's wait one more minute and we will start our webinar today. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We would like to thank you all for coming to our webinar, Launch Metrics Solutions. And my name is Carolina, and I'm the host. Here is today's agenda. And with me is our guest speaker, Sarah Ouyang, who would share with us from key challenges faced by industrial PR professionals and how our media monitoring solution, Discover, can help your PR team to improve your efficiency. Feel free to pop if any questions because we will have a Q&A session at the end. So to begin with, let me briefly introduce Launch Metrics. Some of you may know us as Parkloo, and Parkloo has been acquired by Launch Metrics, and it's part of the leading brand performance cloud for fashion, luxury, and beauty companies. Essentially, we provide fashion, luxury, beauty companies with software and data to help them to improve their brand performance. But we are not just software providers. We are trusted by over 1,200 clients, for example, Fendi, Adidas, Shiseido, and also a lot of industrial partners with organizations globally, everything from all the fashion weeks to famous medias. And we're here to power the industry so that the experts can track and measure their marketing campaigns, to track their performance, and to make strategic decisions and smarter choices. So from the digitize internal processes and optimize resources to track marketing strategies and leverage data and insights, we've got it all covered. As you can see, this is our product structure. We are the only integrated solution that help brands to manage their launch and metrics and measure their impact. And today, we're mainly going to deep dive into our media monitoring product, Discover. Without further ado, I will leave it to Sarah.
Hey.
Hi, Sarah.
Thank you, Carolina. Okay, I will take it from here. Let me share my screen. Okay, are you able to see it now? Okay, yes. Cool. So let's go to the second part. So we will talk about how we should do this media monitoring and the key features of the Discover platform. So as a PR or I would say marketing person, we may face a lot of questions and challenges every day. So here we have some of the challenges you may facing every day. For example, we have some of our customers, they're still using very manual way to collect their coverage and the campaigns they're doing all the tracking and reporting. And then, for example, if a brand, they're doing multiple countries or they are actually distributing their articles throughout different channels, then they probably is having a still very fragmented coverage experiences because they need to collect the articles from different agency partners or they either they're doing manually. So there's different channels, different languages included. And then the third one, we could be, once we are doing this kind of cross-country, cross-channel post or placement collecting, then we will, for very often times, we'll lack of the standardized metrics to kind of evaluate and to measure all the results we have in the end of the year. So how can we solve this problem? The Discover can help you to monitor all of your brand presence holistically, and also to help you better to understand the impact of your activities. Before we talk about all the data today, I would like to introduce our core algorithm. We call it Media Impact Value, MIV, because this is the benchmark we're using to kind of evaluate and to benchmark everything for all the post placement that you are distributing or you are doing for each campaign. So the algorithm itself is like including two parts of the attributes. Is quantitative, which including like the reach, engagement, post frequency, etc., and also for the qualitative attributes that can be including the content quality, relevancy, and especially for the media, especially for the print media, the source authority is also values more in the algorithm for this part. So we use this MIV to kind of to adjust the different value that one single post can bring to you from different channels, different platforms, let's say like Instagram versus like Facebook versus some Chinese social platform. Each engagement is contributing a different, I would say, weight of the metrics. So that's how we use this algorithm to measure everything. And then later, when I show you the platform, you can see every post, there is a MIV numbers that can help you to understand what's the long-term value that this post can bring to you. Yeah. So all the data we're talking today, we're including this voices type, for example, is including influencers, celebrities, media partners, and owned media, and also is cross-channel. It's covering the print, online, and also social. Yeah, social it will including 5 like global ones, and then there's 5 was especially like China. Yeah. So what's the main functions on the Discover, the media monitoring tool? So of course we can search whenever you want. So we can search on a brand level. Let's say I want to track for the brand like Mango or my own brand or my client's brand, then I can just create a feed. For example, I can create like online feed, social feed, or like print feed as well. And then I can search for a specific SKU or a campaign name as well. So it doesn't need to be a brand name. So let's say I launch a campaign in Valentine's Day, and then I want to just track the campaign. That's also doable. Yeah. So once we set up the feed or the tracking in the system, then we will be able to see all the results. So for all these results, we are able to like check for each post, each media or influencers mentions, and then we can see all of the reach and MIV for sure. And then we can filter by different elements, which I will show you later. And then, of course, once we are doing this tracking every day, sometimes we will need to do the report, or we kind of need to create a showroom or like share the campaign results to a third-party partners, or sometimes it's to the media partners, etc. So we can also have this kind of online generating coverage book and the reports generating tools. And of course, in the end, based on this report and all the data we are having, then we can kind of to come to the conclusion of this campaign, and then we can prepare for the next one. So this is overall like how is the platform is helping in terms of the working flow. Yeah. So before I jump into the platform, I would like to show one of the case study from one of our clients, Isabel Marant. To kind of give an example, like how they're using this tool and how this tool is actually helping them to achieve more. So some of you may already aware of this brand. It's a brand started from 1994, and then it's a Paris French brand. And then they using us since 4 years ago. And then they're pretty much they're also kind of like global brand because they cover different countries, different languages, and the PR campaign they're doing is also according to their different seasons. So they before they using Launchmetrics, actually they are pretty much doing everything manually, which means they have local agency to support them for different countries, and sometimes they need to gather all the information like every month from different agency, different vendors, and sometimes they do it like by themselves for a smaller like country. Then they kind of need to do this kind of reporting like very manually, and it's a lot of work. It's costing a lot of time. So when they are starting to use the Discover, then the platform can just monitor everything for them. It's covering the print, all the print media collaboration they're doing, and also some of the online posts for sure. And then they can see also a lot of the organic posts, organic media mentions as well. So sometimes they can also build up the more like new relationship based on the organic results. And then for sure for the influencers, they can also monitor from here. So it's a one place that you can holistically to track everything. So by using Discover, like previously they probably need to do like a half day or like one 2 days of the work to do the clippings, but right now they can just do within seconds. So that's one of our clients is from around how they're using their platform. So most importantly, I will actually show you the platform. Okay, so right now what you can see here is the Discover platform. As I just mentioned, we have different sections of the tool to achieve for different like use case. For example, usually we will start with the, I would say the feed managing, because if you want to search for a specific, let's say a brand or a keywords or a campaign, then we can just create a focus group. So it can be one of your brand, one of your campaigns, and then let's say, for example, and then we need to create the, So, and then we can create a like online media, social media feeds or the print feeds. And then I will not show you like too detailed because this is kind of like related to the setup. So, and then let's say I want to create a social media feeds, then I just create a new feed, and then I can add all the keywords into the search engine, and then I can see all the results to add them into the feeds, which is the dashboard here. So once we've set it up, the results that we want to see, for example, today I will show you one example. Let's use the, let's probably use Fendi because it's covering all the online print and social. So first we can select the period. So we can go latest 3 months, or you can just like customize a date. For example, I just launched a campaign last week, so no problem. And then, for example, here I've already set it up Fendi like online, print, and social. And then here I can see there is over like 4,000 posts within the last 1 week time. Of course, Fendi is a big brand, so they have more coverage here. And then the default of the results will be sorted by the publication date, but you can feel free to select to the change it to the engagement or other MIV, etc. Yeah. And then every post showing here is direct to the post itself. It may take some time to load actually. Yeah, let me just change it back to the publication date because it's too many posts here. And for example, let me show you the online first. So let's say I find this post and I want to see what exactly it said, and you can just click in and it will direct to the post. And then normally for one post, it's showing you the reach, and then it's showing you the likes or the engagement. So this one is usually for the social platforms, and then it will show you the MIV, the media impact value. Yeah. And then if you want to search within these results, let's say, okay, I'm just searching for the Fendi Global Online, but I do want to see if there's any keywords related to one of my products. Let's say like I want to see a bag, right? So I can further to search within these results. Yeah, so you can feel free to use that. And then, for example, let me choose a print media to show you how it look like. Okay, they don't actually have the print for the latest a week. So let me see. Oh, sorry, I need to delete the bag. Okay, I don't think there's print results. So probably it's related to my setup actually. So I can show you another example first. Okay, so for the social part. Yeah, we can see different media here, and I think these are the YouTube ones. So once you select one of your, let's say, a channel, then we have drop down here that you can actually select a specific tagging if you already create one, or you can select a channel. Let's say I only want to see Instagram, then you can just only choose like Instagram to see that. Yeah, so it's also doable. And then more importantly, you can also filter by the languages and also the location. So let's say for this specific campaign, I only did it with APAC countries like Japan, Korea. Then you can just select those countries to have a check on the results. Yeah, and then all these results, of course, you can download a Excel version by just one click if you want to have the raw data. And then in case if you feel like, okay, there is some very, very local like media I'm collaborating with, but the platform is not really tracking that post, then no worries. You can also insert of your own campaigns or of your own posts yourself if you feel like there's any missing. So sometimes if you have very urgent like campaign, you need to run the results, so don't need to really bother our team, or you need to ask someone to insert for you. So that's totally doable. Yeah. So that's overall like how we show you all the results, and then you have the freedom to search by yourself and to kind of see the results by yourself. And this is the first part of the function feeds. So the second one is actually the newsletter. Newsletter actually requires a little bit setup, because then we need to kind of to specify like how frequently you want to see the newsletter, and how is it like a full results, like which channels and you want to select, and how frequently, and what is the like, is it based on the best MIV to show you the like top results, and then it will email you on the frequency, like on the frequency you requested. So this one I will not show you here because it will show you later on the we can show you the newsletter like template later. And then more importantly is the reports part. Yeah. So if you have multiple like search results or the feeds created, then we can select one of your let me still choose the Fendi. We have 4 types of the report basically. So the first one is called a coverage book. Coverage book is actually an online like online coverage, like online a web page that you can reshare to your partners, and you can add it online. So let me show you one. Let me, for example, I just do, yeah, the link is 1 month and all the locations. So if you only want to see a specific country or region, that's also doable. I just select all here. Currency, let me use US dollars. Okay, so I would like to choose the online, social, and the print. Okay. The first probably 50. Oh, best MIV engagement. Okay. So coverage book can generate pretty quickly. It's usually within seconds. And you can see the status here, like how is it, like is it done, or is it like in progress? And then here we can see it's already ready. So I can click here. And then it will show you a web page, including the data that you just requested. As you can see, I've requested print, online, and social. So you have 3 tabs here that you can shift. For example, this is the print part, and the beauty of this coverage book is you can actually drag it to the right place you want, and if you don't want to see that post, you can just delete that one. And then once you've kind of finished the formatting, let me see. Okay, so we have online and social as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think this format is pretty good to go. And then I can just generate a link that I can just share this one to my partners, to my colleagues. It can be internally or externally. And then when someone is open your link, this is the way that they can see it. So basically they can see the same dashboard as you just added it, but they cannot really change everything. Yeah. So this one can give you a very quick, basically editing all the coverage book, and then you can just share it to, the pictures sometimes will loading a little bit. So yeah, that's basically how you use this coverage book. Of course, you can also back here and edit like your description or your title, and then you can also to generate a PPT or PDF version of the exporting for sure. Yeah. So this is the coverage book, pretty easy. And then we have the other 3 types of the reporting, which you can see here. We have 2 PPT file. This one is for a specific campaign that usually you will need to specify a day range, or you can also do a periodic PPT file. So this one is usually compare a period of time to another period. Let's say if you are doing monthly or quarterly periodical comparison, then you can say, okay, I want to compare May versus April this year, or actually I want to compare a quarter. Then you can also select like Q1 versus Q4, etc. So for example, this time, let me just do a campaign PPT first. And then I'll just make it default, because actually this one, the PPT file, it's generating all of your pictures that you selected from the platform. So it will usually take a few minutes, depends on like how many posts you want to generate. So you can also, you can also select a specific countries or location, the currency as well. Yeah, and then how many placement you want to generate. So at most we can generate 500 each, because 500 is already a lot if you want to generate a PPT version. So for this one, I just generated 50, and I've already did it yesterday, because this takes actually like the 150, it takes like 5-6 minutes. So let me show you actually how this reports is look like. Okay. So this is a report I generate, and I don't want to have too many posts, so I just generate like 3-4 days actually, because of Fendi, they have a lot of posts. And then first of all, you will be able to see the overview. The overview will show you the top placement, the placement reach, and the MIV, the proportion distributed from each different platforms. So in this time, I'm generating the print, online, and all the social platforms. So that's why you can see there is like, I think there is in total like 11 platforms and channels is being involved. Yeah. So for example, for Fendi, I can see that most of their coverage is still coming from the online part for the placement and reach. And for the MIV, it's actually, I think this is Instagram. Yeah, actually Instagram is contributing almost the same of the proportion of the MIV for the online versus online. Yeah. And then according to the print and social and the print, online, and social, then the reports will consist of these 3 parts. It will show you, for example, for print, it will show you first of all the ranking by country, so you can see how many basically how many placements you have for the print media. So I can see most of the mentions or the exposure is actually from Italy, and then followed by I think this one is GB. Is it German? Sorry. I don't really know. Yeah. And then you can see all the placement, like what exactly is the magazine or the print media that's mentioned about you. Yeah. And then the specific like placements. Yeah. And then you will be able to see all the actual print coverages. Yeah. And the second part is online. For the online, it's the same. Like you can see, okay, what is the source? Is it like the most proportion is from the online, and then it's the image galleries, and then it's the blog articles, and then what is like where it is coming from. So China, we have quite a lot, and then it's followed by the US, Japan, Taiwan, and then the key media source. Yeah. And then, of course, you can also see all the placements, online posts as well. Yeah. And then it's the social part. Social is also the same. Right now I'm checking for all the 10 social platforms. So it's showing you all the platforms that has the results. So you can see there is both China and Western social platforms. I can see Instagram and YouTube is having the most. And then in China, there's Weibo is having the most. And then the top influencers by platform. So you can see Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, like I think the TikTok, Red, Douyin, Weibo, WeChat, and then it's the same. It can show you all the coverage by platform. So it's Instagram, YouTube, yeah, by each platform. Yeah, you can see the key campaigns. Yeah. So basically, this is what's the report look like. So oftentimes, if you only generate a top 10 placement reports, I would say it only take like 2-3 minutes. But if you're generating more posts, let's say like top 50 posts, it can be like anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So the more posts, the longer the time you will need to wait. But it will send you an email. So once we receive the email, you can click that link to download. Yeah. So this is for the like campaign or the PPT format. And then in the end, if you do want to generate the raw data, then you can feel free to click this one to generate all the reports, the data reports on Excel on Excel format. So yeah, I would say that's pretty much of it. So overall, I would say this will be a very practical tool that you can use it on a daily basis to search for your brand, sometimes for your competitors, or any like new things that you want to kind of track from time to time, and then you can give a very good landscape and understanding of your campaigns and the placement that you are doing. And I didn't really show you the print, how it looked like here. So let me show you this one, because this one doesn't have the data actually. So yeah, so the print, because actually we have quite a percentage of the client is really into the print value that we are giving. It's also a global coverage. And for the print, it's very easy that you can just click it to see the actual, the print articles. Yeah. So this is also a very convenient way for you to track your newspapers, magazines. Sometimes you will find some organic posts there as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's pretty much of it. I will give back the time to Carolina.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. I'm personally, as a marketer, I personally find the report function super helpful, because we all know that, for many reasons, for every campaign that we do, we always wanted to like, do a performance tracking, and we wanted to make a report manually for internal or external use. So we also have a client that's saying, oh, like this reports function really saved him at least a 50% time off. So it's very helpful. And now it's time for Q&A. So feel free to message me in the chat box on the right corner. And for our product discover or anything that is about today's topic, PR, monitoring. Okay, actually, I think I've got a message here. How many channels do you track in Discover in China besides the 5 main social media?
Well, as I just introduced, we actually have online, print, and social, right? So social is kind of easy because social, we just track the 5 major platforms in China, which is Weibo, WeChat, Douyin, Bilibili, and the Red, Xiaohongshu. And then for the online and print, I would say there is a very long list of the media and the website that we're actually tracking. So I don't think there's a specific numbers, but if any of any of you is interested, I can double check with our tech team and to kind of give you a like roughly numbers of that. But we are tracking, I would say the mainstream is already covered, and for some of the super local ones, like tier 4, tier 5 city of the like government or kind of like those kind of level, would probably is missing some. But yeah, overall we are tracking the important voices already. Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay. I think that's all for today. Thank you everyone again for joining us. In the future, we will have more and more webinars and live demos. If you are very interested, you can welcome to join us in our official website, launchmetrics.com. And thank you all. Bye. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks everyone. Bye.